Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Chris and Tammy here coming to you live. Thank you for joining us here. We have some exciting things to share with you here today. In fact, there's a new cash contest. We look forward to share that with all of you. But Tammy, before we begin, let's share with the audience, how did we get introduced to God Backup?
Yeah, so we had a phone call from Joel, which is the owner of the GotBackup project, and we've known him for many, many years. And he gave us a shout, told us that he was really excited about GotBackup. That I think it was in April that he had launched a little over 2 years ago, and he contacted us in May and he said it's exploding. I think at that time there were probably in 24 countries, Chris.
Mhm.
So just like you're evaluating the information tonight, we did our due diligence, and it was such an easy decision to be part of this company because data storage is thriving, as you'll see in the charts, and it's all about timing. Everything in business is about timing. And as entrepreneurs and having a lot of success in the network marketing profession for 27 years internationally, we knew that this was going to explode. So of course we joined, and it's a couple of years now we're in building globally and just having a lot of fun.
Absolutely. And as we begin here, just want to give you a chance for everybody to attend. Robert, great to have you here. I love your post of "Hello Rock Star." It's just such a positive note. I love it, love it. Bakshi, welcome. Great to have you here. Thank you for all the feedback and comments you are sharing with all our podcasts and everything we do. Great to have you here. And Regeneration Zone, I noticed here, Marvin again is from Las Vegas. Really appreciate having your name here, Marvin. Great to have you here. Mary Paul from Ottawa, welcome. We have Sean from Wisconsin. Welcome, welcome. We have MC from Texas. Great to have you here. We have Cindy from Massachusetts. Great to have you here. Jim Davis from New Brunswick, Canada. And we have here Ernestine. Great to have you here. Welcome from Texas. We have Nick Gila from Ontario, Canada. And we have here Carlton, and we have here James, and we have Frank. Great to have you here. Let's see here. We have Mark, and thank you for joining us, folks. And the reason why Tammy and I really, really got excited about God Backup and still are and keep moving forward here, folks, is because we have friends from all over the world. We know that the economy is going to a shift. And because of that, the price point in getting started in a business has to be very sensitive. And we saw God Backup with our price point to get started. The fact that data is the new oil, it just made complete sense. Where we saw an opportunity to empower families globally. We saw potential for massive growth. Why is that? Well, if you think of Dropbox, it's been around for over 14, 15, 16 years or so. They have over 700 million users. I mean, just put that in perspective. This is massive, massive opportunity. So I saw people can really turn their dreams into reality. Like this picture over here, you can see here the father kind of showing off his brand new set of keys because he got into a brand new home. And I know that that's something that a lot of family would love to do. What about going on vacation where you want to, not where you can afford to? Is that a nice concept? What about adding new members of the family? We know today with the cost of living, people are questioning, can we afford that many children? That should not be a question. It should not be based on affordability. Unfortunately, the times have changed where people are very concerned. What if that was not a concern for you? And the last one on the far right, where it says, you saw the guy with the hand and the tree, that really represents the retirement funds. And Tammy and I, we're in an age group right now where we're not certainly finished. In fact, we feel we're just getting started. But the fact here is we're in an age group that we want to start really focusing on our nest egg. And we know that what's been going on in the past several years, that a lot of investment have been slashed in pieces because of a lot of the changes. But on the other hand, there's a lot of other things that are growing. And data storage, folks, this is a massive, massive opportunity. And that's what we want to share with you here today.
Yeah, and it's all about helping average people who are looking for a way to earn an above average income. And Chris and I are just average people. We
Yeah.
made a decision many, many years ago and focused on the network marketing profession, building teams globally. But it's for everybody. Anybody who wants to get ahead in life, this is it.
I totally agree. And folks, the company began in 1997 in Gatineau, Quebec. In fact, this is where Tammy and I met Joel. That was in Canada. And I remember him telling us that he needed to move into the US, into an area where they can support the fiber optic. For those of you that may not know what that really means, is think about a super highway where there's cars going both sides. And if there's a lot of lanes where cars can go through, well, that's the traffic that is able to pass from point A to point B much faster, not so much being bumper to bumper, which we know still happens. But the fact is, this is what I mean with a bandwidth. This is the fiber optic. And he moved into Texas in an area where companies like Adobe and Microsoft and many other Google, Toyota, right? They use all these server networks to be able to support the clientele and the demand they're having. So he invested into the building you see here before you, which is a 10,000 square feet data center, which, by the way, it is paid in full. This is a debt-free company. That's another thing that I really thought was very, very attractive. So instead of me going on explaining what this is, let's hear Joel, the owner of GotBackup, sharing you what's going on the back end. Let's check this out together.
Hey guys, welcome to the corporate office of GotBackup. Now everybody wants to know, are we super secure? And how do we offer such an amazing service at such a low price? So this is in our tech room. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take you on a tour of our server room to show you just how secure it is, and we welcome you into the family. So let's go over to the server room. So the first thing I wanna explain to you guys is that we're fully PCI compliant. For physical PCI compliance, what does that mean? It means we're allowed to physically store credit cards in our data center because we're uber secure. So we've passed all the tests for that, and we're legally allowed to store credit cards and your storage. So one of the first requirements for PCI compliance is you have to have 2 coded doors before you get into your server room. We also, as a company, like to have fun, so we call it Area 51. So anyway, I'm gonna code this door with my back here so you guys can't see what the code is. Come in this way. This is a simple inventory room, guys. We build servers here and so forth. And then our second coded door is over here, okay? And so we have a coded door here as well to get into the server room. So here we are in the server room, guys. This is where all the magic happens. So couple of things people ask. Joel, how secure is my data, and could you ever lose our data? So as an example, let's come here. It's impossible to lose your data, and here's why. If you look at this storage array, and we have, hundreds of storage arrays in here, there's 14 hard drives across this storage array. 4 of these hard drives could fail, which statistically never happens, but let's say it did. 4 of these hard drives need to fail before we start to lose some data. But guess what? We're not gonna lose any data because this is striped to here. This whole rack of hard drives here is copied here. Just the same here. All these hard drives here are copied here. So there's not a single point of failure relative to your data. There's also no single point of failure in the server room. As an example, there's A power and B power. Every server is plugged into A power. Every server is plugged into B power. Also, relative to cooling of this room, if you come over here, you'll see we have 1, 2, 3, 4 air conditioners in this server room. So the air is never going to be a problem. The other thing as well is we're very, very efficient. If you look up at the ceiling, let's come back over here, you'll see vents up there, and the cold air is strategically placed in front of the servers here, so it sucks in all the cold air, and it goes over into the hot aisle behind this wall here. So very, very efficient server room as well. And finally, if God forbid there was ever a fire in this room, we have here what's called a fire suppression system. What this system does, it's just a bunch of electronics behind here, but we can open it up, okay, is if God forbid there was a fire, and in 25 years there's never been a fire, but it will snuff out all the oxygen in this room. If there's no oxygen, then the fire goes out, right? So we don't use water to destroy the equipment. So that's the basics of the server room. Super, super secure and super redundant relative to your data. So the other aspect to security is we use the exact same security as Amazon, as Google, as all the big players, Microsoft. It's patented security, it's military grade, 256-bit encryption security. So your stuff is very secure.
So, by the way, you can actually see the rest of this video from your back office underneath some of the, in fact, extra promotional tool. And every Saturday is Tammy and I often talk about it where you can access it. Now, back to the presentation here, folks. There's two global trends that we want to cover here. And understand that if you're going to invest time and money and effort, you want to invest time where the trends are, right? You certainly don't want to invest time in typewriters and fax machines. Do you know what I'm saying? This is passe. So what's going on right now is data storage is a massive, massive growth potential that can really impact your future. Let's check this out together, starting with this one slide.
Yeah, an absolute huge trend. And we've already shared that with you. You can see there's almost 15 billion devices in the world today. And what are people doing? They're filling them up. I mean, we're living in a paperless world, and everybody's filling them up. They're getting annoying messages, which we'll share with you a little bit later. But that shows that there is a massive trend out there.
I totally agree, Tammy. And again, I know this slide's a bit older, but it's because I want you to see the percentage in that era from 2011 to 2023 that went from 6% to 60%. This is a massive, massive growth. Here's this one a bit more up to date in the size of cloud storage market worldwide. These are revenues generated by cloud storage. You're looking at 2022, 90 billion. And in 2030, we're looking close to $500 billion. I think it'll be closer to $750 billion, maybe even more. Folks, this is absolutely massive. Let's talk about one of the reasons with their cell phone addictions.
Yeah, everybody's holding on to devices, and we use them for everything. Honestly, we're using their devices. You guys are doing the same thing. People are paying for their purchases with just a quick tap. You can set an alarm. There's all kinds of things here that you can have a look at.
Yeah, absolutely. And we use every single day.
Every day.
And because we keep filling up our phones with our pictures and videos, and you can see right now, even in movies, in series, in real life, everybody has their cell phone filming UFO stuff or filming. You know what I mean? It's constantly being used. Data loss is a growing concern. 45% of cell phone users have accidentally damaged their cell phones and lost their data, folks. This is significant. 5,700 screens are cracked every hour. Laptops, cell phones stolen every 43 seconds, knowing that it's such an important tool and a lot of folks necessarily can't afford it. So, of course, that could be a big concern. The point here is, of course, it's painful to lose these expensive devices, but what about a piece of your soul that is in these devices that are not on paper anymore? So this is a big concern. And like Tammy mentioned earlier, these are very irritating message. Would you agree?
Yeah, for sure. And that's why it's an easy conversation when we connect with people about GotBackup, because everybody's getting these annoying messages. And at the end of the day, when your storage is full, that's it. You can't take any more pictures. You can't take any more videos. You can't store anything. And you have two choices. You start taking the time, and who has the time in today's world to start cleaning up all the stuff, and who wants to get rid of a bunch of stuff, right? So I think with GotBackup, once you see the value of what Joel gives to people, we're just blown away by what he gives everybody who joins the business, and
Absolutely.
As a customer, of course.
Absolutely. And stick around, folks. At the end, I'm going to show you a little bit of a demo how I'm organized with my cell phones and computer stuff and everything else. But folks, the global trend number 2 is making more money. People are looking for ways to make more income to satisfy their financial needs. 42% of Americans have side businesses. 62% of Gen Z folks, these are our children between 18 to 25. What about the rest of the world? This is why the business, self-employment business is a growing industry, growing trend. And you can leverage from these global trends with GotBackup. That's why this opportunity really caught our attention when Joel shared that with us. Tammy, let's talk about our product.
Yeah, so you get 6 terabytes of data storage, and on your account, when you sign up as a member, you get an opportunity to add 5 additional members and unlimited devices. Just that alone for $10. I mean, it's unbelievable value. just that alone, I got super excited because I know that there's a lot of families out there that are struggling, and, especially with the groceries and everything else. And when their teenagers start, filling up their devices, this is an opportunity where families can really leverage from this by sharing the storage. And the best part is you can decide how much you want to give to your kids. They don't have to be living in your own home either. And each one of them has their own password to upload their storage. So it's actually very, very, very exciting just that alone. But the best part, home-based business, everybody can earn money.
And that's really exciting, folks. And I know that some of you are saying, well, I'm using iCloud, I'm using Dropbox, I'm using Google Drive. We get it. And I've been using those too. And I still do in some cases. But the fact is, they don't provide me 6 terabytes for $10 a month. You can see the prices here around $9.99, which let's say round it up to $10 a month. GotBackup offers you 6 terabytes, unlimited amount of devices, which I assure you that other companies do not give you that. And same time, you can have 5 other family members or friends that don't even live in the same house, not even the same country, can actually access the cloud just by having an ID and a password, as Tammy mentioned earlier. If you look at the year packages, and they don't quote me on these exact amounts because it could vary, iCloud, Dropbox, and Google Drive, $360 for iCloud, $660 for Dropbox, and $216 for Google Drive. Again, around 6 terabytes, to say around, because Google Drive is maybe a little less, like 5 terabytes. The point here, folks, is GotBackup for just shy of $100, 6 terabytes, 6 terabytes. And the fact here is you can literally back up everything you need. And I would assure you that most people never use that much space. So you're all set for probably the rest of your life. The price are unbelievable. And by the way, you get so much more, and we'll share that with you. So Tammy, let's summarize what we talked about.
Yeah, so you get 6 terabytes, $9.97 a month. You can decide to pay yearly, and that includes up to 6 people on one account. You have any device, and you saw the security in the video. So and you can see there's a 30-day money back guarantee right there as well. I don't know who would set up everything to go back to 2 terabytes instead of 6 with this value, 3 times more. So we're retaining a lot of people in this business.
And stick around, folks. I'll show you how I'm all set up again at the end. It's really, really cool. So, and the timing, let's just check how simple it is to back up your cell phone, that it is an Apple device or an Android device. Let's check how simple it is to set it up.
Hey, everybody. This is a quick walkthrough of how to install your GotBackup app onto your mobile device. In this case, I'm using the Android Galaxy, but the process is the same also on an iPhone. So to download your app, there's 2 ways to do this. You can either come to the Play Store. On an iPhone, it's called just the App Store, and just search for GotBackup. And there it is. Or we could come to our members area and go to use this tool, and then you will see it here on your dashboard. So again, I'm using my Android device. So I'm going to go ahead and click this, and it's going to take me to my Google Play Store. If you're on an iPhone, it will take you to your App Store on your iPhone device. So I'm going to go ahead and install that. Awesome. I'm going to go ahead and open it. It's going to ask you to log into your account. Go ahead and allow all your notifications so it could let you know that everything's being uploaded properly, and go ahead and put in your unique ID. Once logged in, you will be asked to let GotBackup access your photos and videos on your mobile device. Select Allow. Without having to do anything, an Android upload folder was automatically created for me. Neat! If you are on an iPhone, the folder will be called iPhone Upload. Now, depending on how many photos and videos is on your device, your first backup might take some time. So it is highly recommended that your device is on a charger and is connected to Wi-Fi. It is a good idea to start your first backup in the evening and keep your GotBackup app open and let it back up overnight. One more thing I'd like to point out. If I tap on these 3 little lines on the top left corner and tap on Settings, you will see these 3 boxes under Monitor are automatically checked. Auto Upload will automatically upload all future photos and videos taken on your device to your GotBackup cloud. Camera Roll Upload will back up all existing photos and videos that are stored on your device to your GotBackup cloud. And Upload Only on Wi-Fi will only back up your data while connected to Wi-Fi. If you have an unlimited data plan, you can uncheck this. So if I come to my gallery, I'm going to have a slew of pictures from over the years. This is actually Joel's phone, so if I come to my albums, I have almost 1,400 pictures. Alright, so if I come to my app, come back to my menu and click Transfers, you're going to see all my pictures now are uploading. Since this might be a large upload at first and I have a low battery, it's highly recommended that you plug into a power source. So I'm going to do that right now. Alright, now that's finished. We can now see that our Android upload has all been categorized by what year these photos were taken. These were taken in 2021. And this was just recently. So that's pretty much it. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward.
As you can see, folks, it's really, really straightforward. And again, at the end, I'll show you exactly how I'm organized here. And folks, this is the only cloud storage that pays you over and above the fact that we have 6 terabytes. And you'll see there's so much more behind this. You also have an opportunity to earn an income. Making money with GotBackup is absolutely awesome. So Tammy, let's start with talking, just kind of summarize on the 7 ways on how we earn with GotBackup.
Yeah, so you can see there's 3 that are highlighted, and that's where we're going to spend our most of our time. And then Chris is briefly going to go through the other bonuses. And so the first 3 are really building the foundation. So customer acquisition bonus, CAB for short, that's when somebody decides they want to become a member. And if they join and they want to pay monthly, you'll get a 200% upfront. If they join and they want to pay yearly, which most people do, because you save a couple months of payments, you'll get 50% upfront. And then 25% will be for a VIP package, like things that they're going to roll out in the future as well, any additions. And then customers, 25% ongoing. So let's share a couple examples, Chris, so that they can see how simple it is. All right. So let's say you have 20 people that become referrals, members, and you get 200% upfront if they pay the $9.97. So you have $20 times 20 people. Okay. And that's $400 in commission. And we're kind of rounding it off, from $9.97 to 10. And then you have customers. Let's say you have 20 customers, 25% ongoing. So $2.50 times 20 people, that's $50 ongoing. And remember, you're not limited to the amount of people that you bring in. And we haven't even hit momentum. We're just at the beginning of driving this. And you saw the chart there at 2030. We got 5 years to build a really, really strong foundation with GotBackup. And if you run with this, you're going to do extremely well financially.
And the people will be successful, folks, are the people that are staying the course. Think about this. I know in my experience, I've done network marketing for the past at least 28 years, probably going to 30 now. And I'm not kidding. Tammy and I made a career into this. And I have never seen a company that offers that much for that little to get started up front. Yeah. So just keep that in mind. Value. Now, Tammy was give you an example where 20 customers that receive $20. What if it's 20 times $50? Folks, do the math. This is really good money. The second way you can earn, it's called the cycle earning. So what Tammy talked about, that's the front end. That's people coming inside the door. The back end is when the residual starts kicking in. And to explain the residual, I'm going to talk about the team commission, where we build a 2-team structure. Let me explain to you what that means. There's people above you and there's people below you based on your effort. What I mean by that is you only have 2 sides. So think about it. If you have 4 people, you can only put one on one side, one on the other side. Where the others are going to go? Well, they have to go below the other 2 you brought in. And that's the concept of the 2-team tree. So when you see an indirect referral, that's someone you don't know, but someone above you also only have two sides. So if they choose to put it on the right side, if you happen to be there, then you'll see the indirect. And you can notice that the direct person underneath the indirect, that's someone you brought in. So the indirect that you don't know also benefit from your effort. So this becomes very interesting as you start learning the cycle bonus. The cycle bonus has two tiers, tier 1 and tier 2. What does that mean? Well, tier 2 is 3 times more than tier 1. Very, very close to 3 times. So folks, you're increasing your income threefold, 3 times more just by moving up to tier 2. And I'll share with you how you get there in a minute. But the steps is, number one is you need to be active, just like you're active with your Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, whatever you pay every single month. I'm using these examples because they're within the $10 a month service. Again, it could vary by $1 or so. But my point here is, as long as you use a service, you have access to their service, but also you are qualified to get paid. And number 3, this is very important. Number 2 is you need to enroll 2 people. 1 person on your left, 1 person on your right. That's how you activate your cycle bonus. 1 person on the left team, 1 person on your team, either to pay for the year or monthly, whatever that happens. Number 3, to earn this cycle, the system needs to see 6 people on your team. That could be brought in by someone above you that plays someone there, or it could be you bringing the 6, or it could be based on the 2 people you brought in, they also brought some, and when you do the math, it comes up to 6, and that's 1 cycle. The question is, how much is a cycle? Well, it is based on the company's profitability, and it's also based on your rank, and I'll expand on that. My question to you is, you want to create momentum. You want to make sure people show up to these presentations. You want to make sure that your new members show up to the trainings that we do on Saturday. So your team starts getting into momentum, and then your amount of people going there increases, and your 6 cycle, your 1 cycle goes to 2 cycle, 3 cycle, 500 cycle, 1,000 cycle. You know what I'm talking about. So this could become quite significant. Now let's start expanding on what happens on a cycle match. That's number 3. These amounts that you see here is based on the fact that you've reached a level of Sapphire. And I'll explain to you what the levels are in a minute. As a Sapphire, and it's really not hard to get there, you can earn up to $1,000 from every person you're brought in. Now, this is a cap. So that means that if a person earns X amount of cycles, for example, you sponsor me and I make 100 cycles, well, you will earn 25%. Okay, so that would be, I don't know what amount that could turn out to be. It could be $50, could be $100, could be $300. But point here is you can earn up to 1,000. Let's say I turn around and I'm cycling galore. You could earn more than $1,000 from me. Well, for you to move up, you need to go from a Sapphire to an Emerald. And again, I'll share with you the ladder in a minute. Now, look at this here, folks. $20,000 is what you can earn maximum from 1 person. And again, this is cumulative. This is on top of the other things we just talked about per person. Go back to the concept of Dropbox has 700 million users. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Folks, when we hit momentum, some of you are going to be very, very wealthy. That's why I'm saying stay the course. Keep moving forward. This is absolutely massive. The other bonus is simply starts adding more income as you start moving up in rank. And I'll share with you again the rank, what they are in a minute. Generation bonus. Think about every single person underneath you that are paying their $10. Well, you have the potential to earn 2.5% on all of that. It may not seem like a lot at the beginning, but folks, again, go back to the concept of lots of people in there. Number 5 is exactly number 4, but you go deeper into your business. Number 6 is a rank pool bonus. The moment you reach a certain rank, and these ranks are listed, and at this point, you get a bonus just to reach that rank and maintain it. And then, of course, you move up to leadership bonus. You'll get to understand that as you move forward. So let's talk about what is the system for you to start getting a taste of this residual I'm talking about. Back to you, Tammy.
Yeah, very simple. So you sign up, get yourself started. You decide how you want to get started, if you want to pay monthly or yearly. We'll share that after. And then you go and get 2 people. As Chris said, you bring 1 on the left and 1 on the right, 2-team structure. I know, Scott, you're talking binary. It's a 2-team structure. And then you teach those two to do the same thing. Go out again, number 3. There you can see register a couple more. Chris and I, we've always taught people left and right, and then duplicate that within the organization. And we've built mammoth organizations internationally just doing these simple steps. Why? Because people are busy in today's world. And if you can keep things really simple and it can easily duplicate, that's when you're going to have a lot of growth.
Absolutely. And by the way, some of you have some questions on the details of the plan and all of this. Just this past Saturday, we just did a training, an hour on that. And we've done these trainings for the past 2 years. You can go back in time and watch them all. So tell me, how do we get started?
And Bakshir, if a member is suspended, often it's because they may have to upgrade their credit card, or if they don't have the funds on the card, you just connect with them and see where they're at. If they don't want to continue, you just make sure that you just bring more people. That's all. And so it's $20 for that's your fee annually, which is so inexpensive. I come from traditional business, and this is absolutely amazing that you can be in business for $20 a year and have an opportunity to make unlimited income based on your efforts. And you choose monthly or yearly. That's simple. You can see the yearly's highlighted because most people will go yearly. That kind of set and forget. You save a couple months of payments, and you can see. Agree. Yeah, go ahead, Chris.
And folks, we are right now serving 157 countries. What does that mean? That means there are people in all these countries that are plugged into the GotBackup service. Some, like us, are building their business and are doing really, really well. Tammy and I, by the way, are blue diamonds with GotBackup, and you'll see what that means in a minute. And the thing is, we want to help you get there. We want to share the wealth. We want to pay it forward. That's why we keep showing up to share with you the wonderful opportunity. And recognition, folks, is so important. Babies cry for it. Adults die for it. And this is the ladder I was telling you about the levels. So you understand how you move up in rank. Now, as a bronze, you sponsor one person. That means one person said yes to pay $10 a month. As a copper, this is your building block. This is how simple this is. You come in, you become copper. That means you sponsor one on the left, one on the right. Now, this one on the left, one on the right, let's do the same thing. Let's teach them to also bring one on the left, one on the right. They become copper. Whenever you've done that, then you move up to silver. Okay, cool. Now, as a goal, this is what we call our core rank. As a goal, that means that you sponsored 5 people into your business. And out of that, 3 of them, it may not even be the one you sponsored. It could be someone they brought in. But as long as it comes from these 3 that became a copper, that means you're duplicating. Your business is duplicating. Now you're a gold associate. And when we talk about the generation bonus a moment ago, where you get 2.5% from all the $10, some people say, I have this really big leg. I'm not getting paid on that. Yes, you do. Because if you become a gold, you start earning this 2.5% on every single body's 3 level down. And again, we explain that in a comp plan, and it's all on your Saturday trainings. As a platinum, now, what does that mean? Well, what happens is you're sponsored from 5, you sponsored 10 people into your business. You have 10 people. Out of that, 4 became copper. So duplication is starting into your business. And there's a total of 40 people on your team, which goal was 25. As a platinum, there's 40 people on your team. Now you start earning from tier 1 to tier 2, and you're cycling. Do you remember what I said at tier 2? You're earning 3 times as much as tier 1. So you just tripled your income just by moving from gold to platinum. And as a sapphire, do you recall what I talked about as a sapphire, the matching cycle? Every single person you brought in, whatever they earn in their cycle, you earn a percentage of that. But that begins when you become a sapphire. What does that mean? Well, the same 10 people that you got as a platinum, you remain that way. And now you become a sapphire. The moment there's 5 people that became copper. So it's 1 more, and there's 50 people in your team. Do you understand what's going on? That's how you move up in rank. And that occurs just by duplicating, bringing people that are agreeing to become copper. And this go all the way up to black diamond. It is the same song, the same cookie that we keep producing time after time. That's it. That's the strategy. And this is how we build our organization. Let's talk about the support that we provide here, Tammy.
Yeah, so you're going to have personalized referral links. We just recently had something new with the autopilot. That one's really cool. You have landing page, you have email marketing system that is built in. When I saw that, I thought, oh my God, this is massive. This is all included in the $9.97 a month. You've got marketing tools, you've got regular online presentations like this evening. And usually once a month, Chris, we bring in Joel, the owner of GotBackup, to co-present or present as well. And then we have team trainings that are going on, and there's people around the world now, leaders of GotBackup, that are presenting and training in different languages. So it's really, really growing. So we're super excited.
I totally agree. And Saturday, folks, every Saturday we do a training and we rotate on the trainings on the back office, the compensation plan, and all the things that are necessary for you to learn to build your business effectively. Folks, this is a product that everyone needs in a business that everyone can afford. If you are looking at this presentation, you're ready to get started, just go to gotbackuplive.com. gotbackuplive.com. The system will recognize who brought you in if you click on the link that they provided to you to come here to this presentation today. Really, 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 really awesome. So as I promised you here, folks, I want to show you how I'm organized on the back end here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you my back office. You can see here our rank, and you can see here there's a few things I want to share with you. They use this tool in the English and the reseller tools in English. But just before I get there, I want to make sure that you are aware of this cash contest, because the cash contest was just launched. So you have 12 days to take advantage of this. And you can see here that so far we have David, Joshua, Monica, Curtis, we have Vera, Benjamin, Dorka, and Jeff, Brantford, and Jay. These are the top 10. Okay. So these are the top 10 that can earn from $500 first place down to $50, which is divided from the last 5. So again, folks, absolutely amazing. This is over and above the income you earn with GotBackup. Now, if you go back to your digital tool and you select use this tool, it will take you to this website. First of all, it will show you how much of the space you're using. You can see I'm halfway there. And these are the software that you need to install. This here, download for Windows, download for Mac. These are the applications that you're going to install in your computers, and then it's going to back up everything to an incremental backup. What does that mean? Whenever you add a file, it will start with a big backup first, get everything on the cloud. I'll show you in a minute how this looks like in SAC. And over here, you saw the video earlier. If you click on this link here, it will show you the exact same video. But if you click this button, really all it's doing is taking you to Google Play Store or the Apple Store. So just go to the Apple Store or Google Play Store, look for GotBackup, install the application. If you're not a member yet, the moment you become a member, the ID and the password that you use to register is the one that's going to request for you to do. Once you run the app on your phone becomes a portal. You can access your stuff that you've backed up with your computer and everything else, which is really, really cool. So let's show here what it looks on the back end. If I click on this button here, it will take me to my cloud, which, by the way, you can also go GBU Cloud, and it will take you to your cloud. The reason it's not asking me for my ID and passwords because I've already done it and it saved it. I go there every day because I back stuff all the time. So you can see I have 3 computers that I backed up over here. Right now, when you install this, you will see exactly what you see on the first 2. The reason why you see an extra one for me, that's because I'm testing the new features that are coming out. When you click on show files, it's going to show you my backup. And you click on users and you click on Christian Jingra, and then this is my computer. These are the root directories of everything that's in my computer. Okay. So now I'm going to go down to my cell phone. So because I've installed the app to back up my phone, you can see here, let's go back here to my mobile. Here we go. Okay, so this is my iPhone. If you had an Android phone, it will say Android upload instead of iPhone upload. You can see here all the years. I really started in 2009, seriously backing up my stuff. And if I go back to 2024, this is a full year calendar month where you can see from January to December. The reason why I don't click on them is because I take a lot of pictures for my bills and everything else, so that would expose my information to the entire world. So that's the reason why I'm not opening them up. But all my pictures are here. If I go to 2025, any one of you who's been monitoring presentation that Tammy and I've been doing for the past year, you notice that we used to have one box over here that was January, February, March, April, May, June. Okay. And every time I add new pictures to my camera, to my phone, I should say, which is a camera, it automatically uploads it to the cloud and it sits right here. So all my pictures, if let's say my phone is really, really full, by the way, I can turn around. You don't delete from the cloud, but you can turn around and it says, I want to delete anything before 2020. So anything before that, I won't delete on my cloud because my cloud is where it's backed up. But on my phone, I could choose to get rid of those. Remember, make sure that your pictures are here first. Then that frees up my phone. And now I can start backing up from 2020 to 2025 because I most likely don't look at pictures 10 years ago. I tend to look at things that are in the past 2 years or whatever. But I would recommend to keep 5 years, okay? Your phone should have enough space for that. My point here, folks, is you have complete control. And the other thing, too, is we have also collaborate and share. So if I take a directory from my local drive and I drag it into this window, it will copy it over here. So, for example, this is my MacBook Pro. This is my computer. And these are a lot of the files that I brought in over here. And I have my GotBackup directory. I have all my personal stuff, my accounting things, everything is in there. So when I pass my files to my accountant, I just share a file. For example, I would go here, I can turn around, I can get a link here. And from there, I shouldn't have done that. So from there, what happens is you can actually access all my stuff. So the point here is that it's a very simple process, really, really cool. And I will make sure that that's deactivated. So my point here is it's a very simple process for you to access data. So from there, folks, this is what it is. Now, let's go back to your computer here. If you go back and, for example, you click on Reseller Tools English. So what's going on is we'll take you to this page. This is the material that you need to promote your business. Again, the $9.97 includes all of this. So this is the older version. Every time someone clicks on this and they click and they put their name and their email, they'll end up into an email responder that if you have emails in there, and we do trainings on Saturday for that, they will start receiving the email on your behalf, encouraging them to convert and to sign up. So if you go to the bottom over here, this is the brand new funnel that Joel created. Folks, this is really exciting because it's a complete automated system. So when you give them this link over here, obviously that will be your ID. And they see the video there, which is a good video for the general public, and they click on that and they put their name and their email and details in here, you will receive that notification and they will start receiving the emails on your behalf if you've populated them. If you don't know what to do, I suggest to buy them. It's only $20. And these are just as add-ons that you can choose to buy. And you'll notice that when you sign up with GotBackup. So folks, this is really, really, really cool. And there's multiple languages over here. So folks, in closing, we have an awesome system to earn money. It's like a cash machine. And it's basically providing you the ability to store your data, build your business, and earn an income. So in closing, folks, if you're ready to start, go to GotBackupLive.com right now. Sign up. And if someone sends you here and you didn't click on link, just tell them, hey, I'm ready to sign up. I'm going to click on this link. Can you direct me on the details? And I assure you they will take care of that. But it's a complete automatic process. Folks, listen, this is a wonderful opportunity. It's a price point that everyone can afford. And it's a service that everyone needs. There are eras where there's opportunities that are provided to you, folks. That's one of those opportunities. I don't know if it's your first or your second, but it's certainly one of them. Very easy to start. So in closing, Tammy, any last thing you want to share?
Jump on board, enjoy the ride, and you're going to learn along the way. So don't worry about what you don't know about it yet. Just hop on board. There's trainings on Saturday. There's lots of recordings. What I love about the back office too that Chris didn't share is there's a highlighted section in orange, and there's videos for everything to learn how to do this. Yeah,
Absolutely.
simple.
And folks, take advantage of the trainings that we have in our GotBackup YouTube channel. If you don't know where that is, just ask the person who invited you here to say, I'd like to look at these trainings, and it's all there. It's been accumulated for the past 2 years. Have yourself a wonderful rest of your evening. Thank you so much for attending and really appreciate you guys. Good night. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.